From experimenting with lesbian lovers to bedding some of Hollywood's hottest heartthrobs, you won't believe the names Charlize Theron has got on her list of sexual conquests.
Meaning every part of me gives me erotic pleasure.
But as one of Hollywood's hottest sex bombs, she's also seen the dark side of being a sex icon. This is the untold sex life story of Charlize Theron.
Because I haven't been single since like 19.
Long before her fame and still in her teenage years, Charlize's sexual desires were already getting the best of her. From her own lips, she's never been shy to admit that she had a few flings with other girls while exploring her own sexuality. Most parents in those days would have flipped out if their teenage daughter gave into lesbian pleasures, but Charlize's mom, on the contrary, actually encouraged it. I experimented, and I did what I think every young person should do. Feel brave enough and free enough in order to figure it out. And until you have certain experiences, you don't really know who you are. Before making it big in Hollywood, Charlize began her career as a model in her home country of South Africa, before moving to Milan and eventually to America. It's hard to know what her sex life was before she became famous, but her first semi-high-profile fling we know of was with actor and singer Craig Bierko. The couple started dating around 1995 when Charlize was about 20 years old and still trying to make her mark in Hollywood. And making that mark wasn't easy. Even before landing her first acting role, Charlize had already been subjected to sexual harassment by a big-name Hollywood director. She was invited to his house at 9 p.m. on a Saturday night to supposedly do a script reading for a potential role. Young and naive, she had no idea what she was getting into. Not knowing any better and desperate for an acting job, she went inside. And to say she was desperate is no understatement. At one stage, she had to resort to stealing bread from a restaurant basket just to survive. Anyway, once inside the big shot director's house, it soon became evident that the only thing on his mind was getting out of his pajamas and into Charlize's underwear. Charlize had also been very open about suffering blatant and open sexual harassment on set when she was just starting out, as well as being sexualized and exploited. I remember one movie in particular, this male director who just kept bringing me in, fitting after fitting after fitting. It was just so obvious that it was to do with my sexuality. As for her personal life offset, things with her lover were steady and steamy. Throughout 1997, they were spotted together out and about at red carpet events, and she told in interviews at the time how she felt like the luckiest girl. By now, she was one of the hottest young sex bombs in Hollywood, and landing movie roles one after the other. However, just the following year, the couple went their separate ways. But Charlize wasted almost no time at all before diving headfirst into her next romance. While on vacation in Hawaii in late 1997, she met singer and guitarist Stephen Jenkins from the rock band Third Eye Blind. Charlize hooked up with Stephen after one of their concerts, and sparks flew immediately. The two soon started dating, and despite trying to keep their relationship under wraps, things got heated pretty quickly. Stephen even jetted back and forth between San Francisco and Los Angeles, where he and Charlize lived together on and off, but by 2000, their relationship came crumbling down, and the couple split later that year. However, after the release of the band's 2003 album, Out of the Vein, Stephen admitted that some of the songs were inspired by his love affair with Charlize. After her split from her rock and roll lover, rumors soon spread like wildfire that she was dating Jeremy Renner. The two were seen together at social events, and according to tabloids, they looked very much smitten with each other. However, neither Charlize nor Jeremy ever confirmed the dating rumors. Her next relationship would be a serious one, and it would also be one of the most painful heartbreaks she ever suffered. Charlize met Irish actor Stuart Townsend during initial script readings for the film Trapped, but it wasn't until a cast dinner party that Stuart really took notice of her and could then hardly keep his eyes off of her. She just looked like $1 million. I went, whoa, who is this girl? When she glams up, it's ridiculous. I was just smitten after that. The initial feeling from Charlize was pretty mutual. She wasn't at first attracted to him, and her first thought was that he had all the criteria for somebody who wasn't going to be anything serious. But that was just because of the distance between them. He lived in England, and she was in the US, but there was no denying it. She had the hots for him, and he for her. They soon started dating, and things between them just exploded. By 2004, they were living together and even starred together in another film, a romance drama called Head in the Clouds. The movie even gave viewers a glimpse into their sex life, believe it or not. Charlize and Stuart shared some pretty raunchy nude scenes. While the two were obviously very comfortable when it came to sex, Charlize said she was embarrassed about their love scenes. It's a little odd when you have people who know you, and to do something like that, no matter how well you play the character, is a little odd for them, I'm sure. Charlize was apparently especially worried about her mom seeing the film. Not that she's never dropped her clothes for a role before, because she's done that plenty of times, but exactly because she and Stewart were in a real-life relationship and her mom knew him. I think at some point I said, I can't wait for my mom to see this film, and Stewart got extremely nervous. Things got so serious between the couple that there were even rumors flying around of an engagement. This wasn't helped by the fact that the couple sometimes referred to each other as husband and wife and were spotted wearing commitment rings. Nevertheless, at the time, this was what Charlize had to say about getting married. It's not really what I want or what he wants, but that doesn't mean I don't want to spend the rest of my life with him. I really don't need to wear a white dress and throw a big party. In 2008, Charlize opened up about wanting children, and in one interview, said with confidence that Stewart will be our baby's father. That's something I'm sure of. Sadly, it was never to be. By 2010, and despite Charlize's best efforts, their relationship was falling apart. It was sinking, and I had to give it a fight. I really wanted to try and make it work. In her own words, she said the breakup was devastating. Early in that same year, this video surfaced of Charlize and Keanu Reeves looking pretty handsy and smitten with each other. Tabloid headlines were abuzz with news that the two were dating, especially after sharing a kiss goodbye, but not to burst anyone's bubbles. Neither Charlize nor Keanu ever confirmed anything, and their kiss could be interpreted in different ways. Maybe it was just friendly, or maybe it wasn't. What do you think? In 2011, new rumors swirled that Charlize was having an affair with yet another Hollywood hunk, Ryan Reynolds. At that time, Ryan was fresh out of his divorce from Scarlett Johansson, whom he was married to between 2008 and 2011. According to reports, Charlize and Ryan only shared a very brief but very wild summer fling. Ryan went on to date Blake Lively almost immediately after his supposed romance with Charlize, and the two got married the next year. As for Charlize, well, it seems that maybe Keanu and Ryan were just quick rebounds after her devastating split from Stuart Townsend. Or they were just last-minute flings before she began to focus on starting a family on her own. Because for the next 2 years, Charlize appears to have gone through a dry spell when it came to love and sex. Early in 2012, she adopted baby Jackson, who was just a few months old. Charlize had also just started filming for Mad Max, Fury Road. So between parenting and her career, there was probably very little time left for her sex life. But that all changed in 2013 when Sean Penn walked back into her life. Sean and Charlize had reportedly been decades-long friends, but had both been in and out of relationships throughout that time. The pair discovered that they actually had a great deal in common, and their friendship soon developed into something more romantic. There's something beautiful about that, but you lack the articulation of really saying what it's like when somebody walks into your life and makes you see something that you really never thought you'd be able to see. It was obvious that things were getting serious between them when Sean was even spotted spending more and more time with Charlize and her baby Jackson. In 2015, Charlize adopted her second child, August, and the word soon began to spread that Sean and Charlize were engaged. Charlize immediately shut the rumors down. However, she did say, "The marriage thing is always so strange to me anyway. I love the possibility of anything, but I'm really enjoying myself and the everyday moment." If fans of the couple saw it as a reason for excitement, they were in for a disastrous letdown. Just a few months after Sean and Charlize called each other the love of my life, their relationship was over, and the two called it quits in the middle of 2015. In 2017, she was rumored to have had a fling with Canadian model Gabriel Aubry. Despite several sources running the same story, Charlize vehemently denied it.
Charlize, are the rumors true you're dating Gabriel Aubry?
No.
Not true?
No.
Okay.
I've never met him. I met him for like 3 seconds.
But those rumors would catch fire again in 2022 when this photo surfaced. This time, a supposed insider even dished on their supposed fling and said it was just casual. However, if anyone bothered to look at the other photos from that same event, it was pretty obvious that there was nothing between Charlize and Gabriel. Charlize was also rumored to have dated Alexander Skarsgård in 2017 and Alex Dimitrievich in 2012. But if you ask Charlize herself about her love life, Her answer is always pretty simple and straightforward. Her children come first. For someone who has for decades been portrayed as such a massive sex symbol on screen, are you surprised that Charlize's sex life off-screen has been so tame in the last few years? And what about those rumors surrounding Charlize and Keanu? Did they or didn't they? What do you think? If you enjoyed this video, there's a good chance you'll also enjoy the one showing on your screen right now. Click, enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one.